Oh my god. Hello. Why am I gone? I disappeared. There we go. I'm back. Hello. How's it going? Let me get music. There we go. There's music. But yeah, hello. How's everyone doing? I'm dying. Bro, I boot check. Well, last time when I edited, which was yesterday, like it was very simple, but I think that clip was like really funny. So, bro, I don't know. Like all I talk about at the beginning of the streams is editing. I think I need to do other things. To be fair, I've been playing Tomodachi Life, but I don't know if I should say that or not. But that's what I've been doing. Like I think yesterday I spent like 5 fucking hours just doing that. I don't know why. I don't know why that game is addicting. I don't even want to make more memes. Like, I want to save it for stream because, yeah, but, whatever. Bruh, I don't know. It's funny, but yeah. I'm gonna save, like, all my energy for, yeah, when I do that. So basically, all the memes that I have right now, they're gonna be forgotten about. They're gonna die in the void. Like, I'm just gonna pretend that they don't exist, even though they're pretty much like gonna be the same on another save file. But you know what? The originals are dead and gone. That's what it is. These are the copies. I mean, actually no, because technically like 4 of them are copies, but it's fine. It's weird, it's weird morality, because on one island, half are gonna be originals, and then on the other half, like, they're gonna be copies, so it's like, well, what is real, But yeah, in other words, I'm so excited for Tomodachi Life. I'm actually so fucking excited for that game, you have no idea. I need it to come out already, but yeah. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna start the fucking game instead of talking about weird morals. Where is it? Is it here? Yes. But I love talking about weird morals. It's kind of funny, Also, this is the wrong thing. Also, I think is it? I can't tell if it's louder. Hang on, I need to see this. I'll just do this for now. Okay, it's not. I literally forgot if I did that or not. I don't know why I forgot if I did that or not. Zelda. Yeah, Zelda. It is Zelda. TM. I have been waiting for you. I teleported here. Hello. I don't think I was supposed to teleport here. Why do you have such a fat ass? Like, actually. I want to know this, Celeste Hero Time. You have overcome many hardships and awakened 6 sages. And now you have a final challenge, a showdown with Ganondorf, the King of Evil. Before that, I have things I want to tell only to you. Please listen. Whatever legend the Triforce passed down by the Shadow Folk, the Shikas. We killed people or something. That happened. That actually did happen, though. If you would seek the Sacred Triangle, listen well. I hate that they call it the Sacred Triangle, because I can never take it seriously. The resting place of the Sacred Triangle, the Sacred Realm, is a mirror that reflects what is in the heart. The heart of one who enters it. If an evil heart, the realm will become full of evil. If pure, the realm will become a paradise. It can become heaven or hell at an instant. That sounds like hell. The Triforce, the Sacred Triangle. It is a balance that weighs the 3 forces, power, wisdom, and courage. Or, red, green, and blue. RGB. If the heart is the one who holds the Sacred Triangle has all 3 forces in balance, that one will gain the true force to govern all. You become God. But if that one's heart is not in balance, the Triforce will separate into 3 parts, power, wisdom, and courage. Only one part will remain for the one who touched the Triforce. Oh, hi, Souffle, how's it going? The part represents the force that one most believes in. If that one seeks the true force, that one must acquire the 2 lost parts. I have to kill someone for this. Those 2 parts will be held within others chosen by destiny, who will bear the Triforce mark on the backs of their hands. Like I said, I had to kill someone else for this. That's how this game works. 7 years ago, Ganondorf, the King of Thieves, used the door you opened in the Temple of Time and entered the Sacred Realm for triangles, but when he laid his hands on the Triforce, the legend came true. All hell broke loose, the Triforce separated into 3 parts, only the Triforce of Power remained in Ganondorf's hand. He's not cool. The strength of the Triforce of Power enabled him to become a mighty evil king, but his dark ambitions were not satisfied. What the fuck? What is- Oh, to gain complete mastery of the world? Ganondorf started looking for those chosen by destiny to hold the 2 other Oh. He wants to control heaven. The one who holds the Triforce of Courage is you. And the other who holds the Triforce of Wisdom is me, the 7th Sage, who is destined by the leader to be the leader of them all. Hi Sven, how's it going? Me! Look at my Dorito. Can I have your- oh wait. I forgot she just transformed there. What's up, how are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm just playing Zelda. It is I, the Princess of Hyrule, Zelda. I apologize for meeting you in disguise, but it was necessary to hide from the King of Evil. Please forgive me. I look so cool. And now I don't look cool. And a day 7 years ago, Ganondorf attacked Hyrule Castle. I saw you as I was escaping from the castle with my attendant Impa. I gave you a cool thing. Oh wait, oh my god, POV or Zelda? She looked traumatized. Look at this cool thing I gave you. She should be in football. I thought I should entrust the Ocarina to you. I thought that would be our best chance. Bro, she would be like a star quarterback. As long as you had the Ocarina in your possession, I thought Ganondorf could never enter the Sacred Realm, but something I could never expect happened. He entered the Sacred Realm. After he opened the door of time, the Master Sword sealed you away in the Sacred Realm. Your spirit remained in the how many times are you gonna say Sacred Realm? And then the Triforce fell into Ganondorf's hands. He went on to invade the Sacred Realm. They really loved to say the Sacred Realm and became a world of evil. All of this is an unfortunate coincidence. I passed myself off as a Sheikah and hoped that you would return. I waited for 7 years. She saw everyone die. And now she's happy. And now you are back. The Dark Age ruled by Ganondorf, the evil king, will end. The 6 sages will open the sealed door and lure Ganondorf back into the Sacred Realm. Please stop saying that. I will then seal the door to the Sacred Realm from this world. Thus Ganondorf, the evil king, will vanish from the Sacred Realm. In order to do this, I need your courage again. Please protect me while I do my part. Just give me the light arrows, bitch. I know that's what you're gonna give me. The Sacred Arrow of Light. Thank you. I can now kill Ganondorf. The Sacred Realm. I love my piss arrow. They're so cool. Thank you for giving this to me. Yippee! But like, bruh, what the hell? What is happening? The what arrow? The piss arrow. It's my piss arrow. That rumbling, it can't be. Princess Zelda, you foolish traitor, I commend you for avoiding my pursuit for 7 long years. But you let your guard down. I knew you would appear if I let this kid wander around. And now she's dead. Where am I going? My only mistake was to slightly underestimate the power of this kid. Slightly, bro. What do you mean? No, it was not the kid's power I misjudged, it was the power of the Triforce of Courage. But with the Triforce of Wisdom that Zelda has, when I attain these 2 Triforces, I will become the true triangle. I want the Dorito. If you want to rescue Zelda, come to my castle. Oh my god, now he has 2 Doritos. He must be stopped, he's too powerful. You never fuck with someone with 2 Doritos. I gotta go. You know, I didn't think... Cause, wait, Ganon's castle is just Hyrule Castle, right? Yeah, I forgot it's this close. Huh. You know what? The entire dungeon will take forever, though. I'll tell you that. I won't solve this shit. I already know. Not in a reasonable amount of time. Whoa, Ganon, get on. Hello, look. There's someone dead right here. Oh wait, but I had the big Goron sword. I forgot I had this. I forgot everything I did. What the hell happened? Oh. That's the first time in a while I had a bot in my chat. Can you hear me? It's Raru, the sage. We 6 will gather our power to create a bridge. Whoa. The castle's keep, which is known as Ganon's Tower, is protected by 6 evil barriers. Bring down the 6 barriers and save Princess Zelda. Oh, without them, I couldn't have made a gay bridge. And it's playing this A Link to the Past song for some reason. What is it with this era Nintendo and gay bridges? Because didn't Paper Mario also have a gay bridge? And then, you know, there's just a Rainbow Bridge in Mario 64, too. They just did it. They just kept doing it. Ouch. Okay, so how do I do this? It's been... I don't know how long. I don't even remember, like, doing this, actually. I'm gonna be so for real. I don't remember ever doing this. I know I have, though. But I just don't remember ever doing this. I think I, like, blocked it from my memory or something. I don't know. Something happened. Do I really waste arrows for all of this? I mean, I guess I could. I mean, I guess I could just shoot these 2 and then... Oh, never mind. How do I do this again? It's been a week. I'm sorry, I forgot how to play this game already. Do I actually just need Din's fire? Can I not light that on fire? Even though it's the fire arrows. Okay, and then I shoot this, right? Since the fire arrow doesn't just, like, work on it for some reason. Yeah, okay. That's stupid. That's actually stupid, but whatever. I will do stuff now. I will do stuff that I regret, like putting on the hover boots. I never want to put these on. I don't want to go over here, oh my god. You're smart. Wait, does it just push me? Oh, it does just push me. Okay, so then I have to get that and then go on the platform at the same time. But I don't know how to do that. Oh, I see. Okay, I thought it was always blowing. That's not true. Okay, you know what? That makes sense. How do I get that? I have no fucking bombs, oh my god. I guess I just go over here. I actually don't know how to get that though. That other one. But you know what? Whatever, it's fine. Can you like stop, please? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, what do I do about this? Oh my god! Oh, I have to start over now. Okay, whatever. I will lose all my health here. Hi, Cat Roland, how's it going? And Marissa. Hello. Oh my god. Hello. God, I hate the hover boots so much. Whenever I have to do anything with them, I hate it. Okay, so I wait for you. And then I had to wait for the other one because they're on different timers apparently. And I didn't really realize that. Yes, yeah, okay, whatever. How you guys doing? Can you like stop, please? Thank you. What do I do about this? I don't know what that did. What did that do? I honestly don't know what that did. But I did that. Fall, thank you. I hate the hover boots so much, bro. I know I'm just saying this, but it's true. I hate them. I don't know what that switch did either. But whatever. I'm here now. I can do things. I should take these things off. I just finished with my brother on randomized. I don't know if I could do a randomizer. I don't know where anything is. How do I get this? Do I just shoot it? Or do I just like walk into it? I think I just walk into it. Oh no, okay. Yeah, how do I get this? I blow it up. Wait, what if I shoot it with fire? No. I blow it up. What else can I do? I can use hammer, maybe. Or I can play song. I don't know what song. Oh, wait, do I look at it? No, I don't look at it. Light? Oh, light arrow. Okay, that makes sense. You know what? Thank you. Thank you. Yippee! The forest barrier is dispelled. Hurry up. Okay, I will hurry up. Thank you. Oh my god. I see. What did this do? Where am I? Oh. Hello. Yep. I did that, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing, but I did that, so whatever. Oh my god, there's still gonna be no arrows though. I also have no bombs, so this sucks. I need to get more things. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Oh my god. Like, I don't want to waste a bomb just to destroy this, but like, it's better than nothing, so whatever. Here you go, die. Thank you. Oh, maybe- oh wait, I was about to say maybe I needed you. I did not need you. Where's the last one? Over there. I see. I can't push this. Wait, can I not pull it? Okay, there we go. This is fun to watch. I have nothing. I really have nothing. I'm so impatient, it's cool. Okay. I don't know if I'm killing these. Oh wait, I have to. Oh wait, I don't have to. Or do I have to? Oh wait, I need bomb chews? Really? Wait, that's kind of funny. I'm so glad I bought them. Captain Squish-tastic. Oh, they gave me more. Here you go. Bomb chew right now. I missed. How do you control it? Or can you not control it? Oh, I had to like get it exactly right. Oh my god, I never did the fucking minigame. I'm guessing it's just straight. Unless it's stupid. Okay, no, it's not stupid. I did it. Yippee! Sorry, I'm looking at something. I don't know why I'm looking at something, but I'm not looking at something now. Where am I? I don't know. I need the mirror shield. There's light up there. Banchu's gotta be the worst weapon in the game. Banchu is funny. Don't disrespect it like this. It is funny. Oh my god, thanks for the heart. Do I need to shoot a light arrow at this? Because the light isn't lighting. So, or maybe... No. How do I get the light to light? Unless I can't. I thought I pushed everything. Or I thought I did everything I could. I feel stupid. But I don't want to waste arrows. But I might have to waste arrows. Look at the items. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is light arrow. I mean, I might as well try it. Oh, let's see. Hi, how's Twinkling? It's doing good. Come on, what do I do here? That's not what I do here. Because I need light. So I thought light arrows so I could shine my shield at this. The stream died for me as soon as I said that. The ceiling is the hint. Wait, is that... Can I blow this up? Or is it other arrow? I'm gonna try Bonchus after this. Okay, no. I don't know how you tell which sun is good. And honestly, I don't care. I don't care enough. Because it's just a wall master. How do I put away? There we go. Wall masters are cool. But I hate them. Okay, gave me a nut. And what else? Magic. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. I might need to leave to buy more arrows. You know, if only I had big quiver. And then none of this would have happened. The spirit barrier is dispelled. Hurry up. They're all telling me to hurry the fuck up. I'm trying my best. I'm sorry I can't hurry up. Oh my god, you saw the net. I'm so glad you saw the net. Well, thanks for the rose and the other heart. I'm good, fuck, I'll take damage. Like the monster's the best strategy? Yeah. Melting, why are you melting? What is this one? Oh, water. You know what, fine, I'll do water. I don't want to do water anymore. Wait, do I need the... Oh my god, I need the blue fire. Oh, that sucks. Well, arrow. Bruh. You know, good thing I have this. Oh my fucking god. I'm dying. Help. I'll take you. Help. I wonder if I need more blue fire. You know what? I'll see you later. Well, thanks for that arrows. What the fuck? Do I just have to like... I do need more blue fire. You know what? I'll get blue fire then. Bye. Wait, there's another chest here that I can't get. I hate ice physics. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god. Okay, I mean, is it just this easy? Oh no. Okay, that goes walls, so then I had to push this here. Like over there. And I think I pushed this one up. Oh no, if I push it up it dies. Does it die? Oh no, it doesn't die. It barely doesn't die. I think I have to kill this one now. I was waiting for that too. I open every chest I see. It's not my fault. Oh, fairy. Yippee! Cause I have to get in the middle, right? Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? Let me kill this one. I think it's in the wrong spot. But I feel like even if I push it here, I feel like that's also wrong. Because if I push this, I can't push this anywhere else. You know, let me start over. It's 30 seconds left, but whatever. Actually, what happens if I don't finish this? I'll head back out to the room to try again to reset. Oh, what happens if the timer counts down? I thought it just like restarted. I hate block pushing puzzles, by the way. I feel like I could only push this here. If I push this up or right, then I'm fucked. Wait, I could push... No, wait, no, if I push it down, I'm also fucked. Yeah, because it is the same thing. No, please. Link, please. Thank you. So I have to push this here. Wait, can I get on there and like push the... Wait, no, probably not. Can I melt this? Is that what I had to do? The hint is hole. I had to push it in the hole? That doesn't seem right. Oh my god. I understand now, okay. So hi Cyrus, how's it going? I thought if I push it in the hole, it would just die. That's why I wasn't doing it. Okay, I understand now. There you go. Okay, yeah, this is fucking easy after that. I thought it was like impossible. It's going alright. Had 2 exams in a presentation. Did well on most of it. That's good. Wait, that's just an infinitely respawning fairy? Wait, that's crazy. Yeah, see how much easier this was after... Oh my god. I didn't know I could put it in the hole. That's crazy. Why can I do that? Oh, I need hammer. Where is hammer? I know hammer when I need one. Wait, I still have to leave? What the fuck? I mean, it's easy, right? I just go up here and then... Yeah, okay. I don't understand the point of the timer, but whatever. Should I go back for the fairy? I feel like I should go back for the fairy. Unless I need this again. I don't know. No, come back! Thank you. Boop. Boop. I fucking love fairy. Hashtag dying, I'm also dying. I feel so tired and yet I'm playing this game and I don't know why. I kind of want to play like something that'll like, you know, doesn't require my brain, but you know what, whatever. Oh my god, another hot woman. The water barrier is dispelled, hurry up. I like how y'all just tell me to hurry the fuck up. They do nothing else but tell me to hurry the fuck up. I'm here now. Where am I? There. I'm here now. Yep. This is where I am. How much is left? Is it just 2 more? I think it's just 2 more. It is just 2 more. Wait, Ganon's castle can't be that fast, right? I should have just done this last stream. 3. Let me guess, I need this. I already know. Never mind, I know nothing. I need hover boots. Or maybe I just need to kill that thing. I feel like it'll respawn though. No. Can I use long shot? Oh my god, I can. Okay, I'll go over here then. Give me something, please. Yay, I don't need this. It's saying I can grapple onto this. Okay, now. Do I just light that on fire? Do I actually just light this on fire? What do we do now? Wait, I need him. You know what? I don't care about wasting magic. I love wasting magic. It's one of my favorite things to do. Oh, I see. I see now. No! So I need to shoot that with the fire arrow then. Fuck. Even though... Okay. Yippee! No, please, please, please. Oh my god. Oh, I need to keep shooting? Oh my god. No. My magic, it died. I can't really see it, but you know what? Whatever. Yeah, I can't really see it. But whatever, I got it. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh, I was gonna say goodbye. Do I just... Really? Do I actually just do this? Okay. You know what? Good enough for me. What is this? It better be something cool. It's probably like the map or something. Oh, golden gauntlets can feel even more power coursing through your arms. Grab its A and lift stuff up. I'm gold now. I want to see if I can use the hover boots to go over there, but I kind of don't want to do that. I feel like that's a bad idea. Oh, I couldn't make it. Okay, maybe I should have used them. Oh, well, it's fine. This is easy anyway. You know, besides it, like, using all my magic, but whatever. I need you to give me magic, please. Okay, that's not magic. Can you give me magic again? No? Okay. I'm stupid. I know. Oh my god, why'd I do that? I feel like I shouldn't even, like, fuck around here, though. Like, I should just rush. But whatever. I hate the like-likes. And what will this give me? Arrows or no? Okay. I love not being able to see. Oh, that's why I didn't know. Honestly, I don't know why I'm doing this the hard way. But whatever. Don't question it. Honestly, do not question it. Nah, I can fucking leave though. I feel like I almost died. Whatever. Give me arrow, yay! Honestly, I've been using hover boots to that spot. You see, I would if the hover boots didn't, like, make me so scared. Scariest thing in this game, honestly. Hover boots. Well, thanks for that cat. Oh my god, it's such a cute cat. The shadow barrier is dispelled. Please save the princess. The only person who didn't tell me to hurry the fuck up. Honestly, thank you. Wee. I'm getting tired of them telling me to hurry the fuck up. I'm trying to hurry the fuck up. Honestly though, not really. Oh, I didn't do that one. I have a feeling I needed the gold gauntlets to do that one. Okay, I see. I see. I see. Oh, it's gonna suck. This is gonna suck. Oh my god. How do I get that over there? This looks like a ripoff of the volcano from Mario 64. Do I just hover boots over there? I feel like I can kind of cheese it maybe, but also hover boots doesn't give me that much shit, you know? So whatever. Just sue this Indian company. Wait, the hover boots doesn't make this fall. Wait, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Hover boots are powerful. I should have guessed. Anyway, I'm cool. Wee. Oh, that's how I get that. Okay. Whoa, another cat. I love cats. Oh, but it makes that fall. That kind of sucks, you know, but whatever. I hate these slug things. Just kill them. Can I stand on this? I can. Yippee! No, Link! I finally found a Link / Zelda game. Oh my god, thank god I don't have to get them all again. On TikTok? Oh, I see. I mean, I mainly play, like, older games. Except on Friday, I'm not gonna do that. Because, another game is... it's coming out and I wanna play it. Time is my favorite. I played every 3D Zelda except Majora's Mask. I wanna play Majora's Mask. That's why I'm playing this, because I wanna play Majora's Mask, but yeah. What? Yeah, I know. But the only reason I haven't played Majora's Mask is because I got it on the 3DS. Because, you know, that's the version I could play. And I never played it. Because when I was a kid, it fucking scared me. It was too scary for me. Now horror games, like, you know, don't do anything to me, which is really funny. But when I was a kid, everything just scared me. And Majora's Mask was like one of the scariest games I've ever seen as a kid. I only played the first part of the Mask one. I want to play all of them. Oh wait, what the fuck? Oh. I don't care about wasting my magic. There we go. But yeah, I want to replay Wind Waker and Twilight Princess at some point just because it's been so long since I played them. And that's the only reason, but yeah. Because the last time I played those games, I was like 13 or something. Like, I played them all on the Wii U. When I was a child. What the hell? Did you try Twilight on the Wii? No, I played Twilight Princess HD. Are you serious? I always miss this stuff. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. But I do want to try them again. Because like I said, it's been so long. So I just want to play them. I kind of in like a Zelda kick right now, which is why I wanted to play Majora's Mask. Because like, you know what? I never played Majora's Mask. Let me try it. But And then I was like, you know what? I want to play Ocarina of Time first, though, just so I get all the references to the other characters and stuff, even though they act completely differently. And so, yeah. That's why. Wait, that's not the last one? Oh. I see. What the hell? Can I just shoot the middle and like it'll work? Oh no, okay. There we go. Wow, this was easy. Skoke is my favorite from Mask. He was the reason why the game scared me, besides, the moon. Cause what scared me with Majora's Mask, cause I can kinda list them. The opening cutscene where Link got turned into a Deku Scrub, that scared me. The moon, that scared me. Anytime a Gibdo or Redad showed up, that scared me. He's also in time, I know. But in Ocarina of Time, it wasn't scary. I think it was just because of the Majora's Mask. That scene was supposed to be Great Nightmares 2. Like it was specifically the opening cutscene when Link turned into a Deku Scrub. Like that scared the fuck out of me. I don't know why. Because you know, now looking back on it and like you know just watching it, I'm just like, huh, it's not that scary anymore. I don't know why I was so scared of it. But now I'm just like, oh my god. Yeah. But like back then it was like, oh my god, this scared the fuck out of me. Like, but now that I think about it, like everything scared the fuck out of me, so yeah. You follow me well, thank you. Am I fighting Ganon now? Which is kind of funny. I think it's really funny that everything scared me. Cause like I said, now I love horror. I love Resident Evil. I love Silent Hill. Like yeah. I don't know. To be fair, Resident Evil isn't that scary. In my opinion. Ouch. I can't lock on to this guy. Okay. Close though. I fucking love... Yeah. You need to Master Sword him. Yeah, I think I remember that. Cause like... Most of these games, like before I played them, I would watch other people play them. Just because I didn't have the money to play them or I didn't have the console to play them. So yeah. What? But yeah. Bro, I don't know, this is making me really want to play Majora's Mask, but I'm not gonna be able to play Majora's Mask in a while just cause fucking Tomodachi Life. Why did Tomodachi Life I mean, I'm glad it's coming out now because I was so excited. I'm so excited for it, but yeah. It's really funny. Am I just fighting like strong enemies? Yeah, okay. Wait, I can only fight one wait. Are you serious? Oh my god, wait, I'm stupid. Okay, got him in the loop, let's go. Give me heart, please, thank you. I need this. I'm stupid. Oh, I got so scared I got hit. No, are you serious? Thank you. Well, I'm so good at this game sometimes. Honestly, only sometimes. Does it make me miss, what was it? Wind Waker. Actually, or was it Twilight Princess? Like, one of those games combat, I really loved. I really loved the combat in, one of those games. I forgot which one it was. I'm pretty sure it's Wind Waker. That's where I came from, right? Oh, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Okay. Alright, time to kill this guy, I guess. What's your favorite Zelda game? It's probably one of the top-down ones, honestly. It's probably like A Link to the Past. But A Link to the Past is also my most played Zelda game, so I don't know. Hi, hello. Oh my god, it's fucking Majora. If not Link to the Past, and probably like Wind Waker. I love Wind Waker so much. It's Ganon. He's aura farming. He's playing the song that reveals our Doritos. What's happening? Oh, hello. The Triforce parts are resonating. They are combining into one again. The two Triforce parts that I could not capture on that day 7 years ago. I didn't expect they would be hidden within you two. And now, finally, all the Triforce parts have gathered here. I will now fly or something. These toys are too much for you. I command you to return them to me. I want to play tennis, please. I can't help you because of the waves of darkness. I can't get close. I'm sorry. I love tennis. Ouch. Oh wait, do I have to climb up? Oh my god. It's been so long since I've done this. I thought we were just doing tennis. That's why I just stood still. Alright. I'm coming up very slowly. Wait, don't do tennis right now, please. Oh my god, that was way too close. I don't know why I just let it happen. Come on, yeah, I love tennis. I fucking love tennis. I forgot how long it took for him to get hit. Yeah, tennis. Ouch. I really should just stay in the same spot, huh? I didn't realize it was that easy. Huh. Okay. I thought he was gonna do like something else and not just tennis immediately. But he did tennis immediately. Ouch. Oh, I had to use the light arrows on him? Oh. I thought it was just tennis. I fucking love tennis. I see. Thank you. I love tennis. I fucking love tennis. I have to pay attention actually though, or else I will get hit. Which I hate doing. I missed. I shouldn't stand this weird fucking angle. I told you. Okay, let me lock in. Because I don't want to lock in. And that's why I'm getting hit. And yet I'm still continuing to talk anyway. But you know what? It's going fine so far, so whatever. Maybe I should go downstairs. I kinda need it. I mean, I had 2 fairies actually. I don't need it, but whatever. Yeah, fairies you could. I hate locking in. I hate not talking. Oh my god, bro, he's not dead. No, please. Thank you, I fucking love tennis. Bro, who else played Wii Sports Tennis like so much? I played that shit so much. I don't know why tennis specifically, but it was tennis specifically. And like I said, I don't know why. The great evil King Ganondorf beaten by this kid used bowling. It was a mix of tennis and bowling for me. Perhaps actually she died, triggers the downfall timeline. I won't die, I'll live. I have 2 fairies. Whoa. Wait, what is that? Is that a ghost? I don't know what that is. It looks cute though. I don't know what any of these are. Like any of those things. That's why I'm just like, well, thank you for that. I don't know what it does, but thank you. Look at Zelda. I love it when Zelda's trapped in the crystal. She's trapped in the crystal like almost every game. It's funny. Pitiful man without a strong, righteous mind, he could not control the power of the gods, and my first time, so me neither. Yep, we're in the same boat. I don't know what they do. Listen to me, this tower will collapse soon. It's like Metroid with his last breath getting trying to crush us in the ruins of the tower. We need to hurry and escape. Follow me. Oh my god, I fucking love Metroid. Hello, I'm here. Hello, I'm here. Please just go. I know what to do. Oh wait, I have full health again. Why did it give me full health again? Go, my Zelda. Ouch. Go, my Zelda. Please don't tell me that counted. Okay, thank you. This is your first time? No, this is my second time, but it's been... I don't know how long since I last played it. I was like 13. Or something. I remember this. Yeah, I remember this part specifically. I don't know why. Go, my Zeldas. Thank you. I think I'm just getting really lucky. Ouch. I forgot when the enemies start showing up. But yeah, I think I'm just getting really lucky. Either that or it's this easy. Oh my god, Zelda almost pushed me. And we're a reset at the end of this run. Go, by the— oh wait, there's an enemy. Yeah, okay, there we go. Ouch. Bro, you're in the fight, you should die. Thank you. I need it. I'm so glad the racks don't hurt you in the cutscene though, because I definitely played games where that happens. Some Nintendo games where this fucking happens. Oh my god, the Pikmin PTSD, it's real. I love Pikmin, but oh my god. The PTSD from Pikmin 2, it's real. Go, by Zelda. That thing scared you the first run. You know, I kind of just realized we're on a time limit, and like, I haven't really been stressing, but oh my god, wait. It's almost out, and now I'm stressed. Oh, there's the Redad. I don't think I should fight it. I think I should just run. Like, that's not worth it. Bye. Oh yeah, that's it. Huh. It was that easy, huh? Okay. Zelda, can you stop fucking pushing me, please? Thank you. Bye. Is it one enemy I didn't fight? That one Redad. I literally fought every enemy that I could see. Except that one Redad. I'm so cool. Having the all red fit is goated. I'm Red Link. Someone called it Santa Claus the last time I wore it. Or the last time I streamed. The tower is falling. I remember this game, but I never got the chance to beat the game. Well, you're gonna be able to see the end of the game. Aren't you excited? Yep. It's gonna be such a tonal shift. Because I'm gonna play another game after this. It's gonna be such a tonal shift. Say goodbye to my Master Sword. Goodbye, Master Sword. It's finally over. We're gonna kiss now. I'm sorry I couldn't help you in the battle before. Oh, hello. Thing. It's a thing right there, yep. Right there. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 4 for the N64? No. I don't have anything on the N64, this is on my Switch. Oh my god, I forgot how cool he looked here. Cause in the 3DS version, I don't think he looked this cool. Cause the lighting was kind of fucked up in this part, I remember that. Wait, why does the lighting look so much better here? Can you tell me something? Sure. No, my Master Sword that I was totally gonna use. It's where to go. There's no way he's going to hold me back again this time we fight together. I just have to use the Master Sword for the head, right? I mean, I guess I could use it when I get it back, but whatever. Just to make sure. Cause I think Big Goron kinda makes us find a joke. Which is unfortunate. Because the music is so good. Can I not hit it anymore? I know I can. He tricked me! Oh my god. Oh wait, does Zelda react whenever I get hit? Oh my god, wait, that's kind of sad. I wish I could play this game with headphones like before, oh my god. It kinda enhances the experience. The Master Sword is here! Hurry up! I got the cool sword! I don't want to look at you! Die! Ouch. Oh my god, ouch. I'm dead. Right as I switch, I die. That's kind of funny. Oh my god. He's kind of hard to dodge. Just because I don't have the range anymore. Oh, he's turning around very quickly, actually. Well... He's spinning. Ouch. I didn't know what he was doing. I don't like it when you do this, please. Oh my god. I'm dead again. Use your shield. Oh right, I can use my shield now because I have fucking big ground sword. I was getting used to not using it. He still hit me, what the fuck? I think I'll just wait for him to like attack. Yeah. To be honest, I forgot I had a shield. It's just because of big ground sword. I'm using my power to hold the evil king. You use your sword and deliver the final blow. Yeah, I can do that. Maybe. Bye. I wish the blood was still red, but whatever. He's fucking dead. He's fucking dying. He's gonna die. GG. Ancient creators of Hyrule, do something now. Open the sealed door and send the evil incarnation of darkness into the void of the evil realm. Oh wait, there's two realms, evil realm and sacred realm. I see. Because for some reason I really love the sacred realm. And now he's dead. You. He's gonna spin in a circle. Curse you. Curse you, sages. Would Ganon say fuck? Would Ganon say fuck in the Zelda movie? Someday when the seal is broken, I'll stop spinning in a circle, and that is when I'll exterminate your descendants. Oh wait, he stopped spinning in a circle. Oh my god, he's gonna leave now. As long as the Triforce of Power is in my hand, Twilight Princess will happen. Or something. Well, we're gonna kiss now. Right? Haha. Thank you. Thanks to you, Ganondorf has been sealed inside the evil realm. Thus peace will once again reign in this world for a time. This game is really telling. I know. All the tragedy that has befallen Hyrule was my doing. I was so young, I cannot comprehend the consequences of trying to control the sacred realm. I dragged you into it too. Now it's time for me to make up for my mistakes. You must lay the Master Sword to rest and close the door in time. Fuck. However, by doing this, the road between times will be closed. Alright, something about being 4. It's theorized to be 4 just because of Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild kind of fucked everything up. But everyone also believes that that's where they all, like, converge at the end. Like, it's weird. It's very weird. But I don't think they really care about lore anyway. When peace returns to Hyrule, it'll be time for us to say goodbye. But yeah, basically, Breath of the Wild fucked everything up. And then, what was it, Age of Calamity? That also fucked everything up, because it had more time travel. Where you are supposed to be, the way you're supposed to be. And for some reason, Age of Calamity is canon anyway, bye. I will be child now. I will be in Majora's Mask now, goodbye. That is where I'm going. Thank you for all that. There was CDIs again, so the Ganon was never reasonable. So the canon was, yeah. I don't know why you said Ganon. The Ganon was never reasonable, to be fair. Shigeru Miyamoto. He's here. Well. Yeah, I forgot how easy this game was, but also how good this game was. But, yeah. Like I said, I only replayed this again because I wanted to play Majora's Mask for the first time. I don't know when I'm gonna play Majora's Mask though, because I can do it at any time. It's just kinda... Tomodachi Life is kind of fucking everything up. Cause I'm already playing through Pokemon. I don't want to put Pokemon on hold. I beat this like at a perfect time. Because Tomodachi Life comes out on Friday. So it's like, when do I play Majora's Mask after this? I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I'm probably only gonna have like 2 full streams of Tomodachi Life, and then the rest I'll just open with Tomodachi Life. And then, you know, I'll probably play Majora's Mask like after. You can play it now. That is... No, actually, because then I'll just like, you know, I'll get 3 hours done of the game, I'll want to play more, and then, you know, I had to put it on the hold because of Tomodachi Life. And the thing with Majora's Mask 2 is I wanna get all the masks. I wanna go for all mask percent. I don't care about, you know, the other things, but yeah. Damn those friends, yeah. Honestly, yeah. You know what? Fuck this tree too. I don't know what he did, but I hate him. But yeah, I only want to go for mask percent. I don't care about anything else. I only care about, like, the story. And, you know, Majora's Mask story is about all the characters, so... Now do it again in... Oh my... True, I should just play this all again in Master Mode, honestly. I should speedrun this game in Master Mode. That's what I should do. I could get it done in 3 hours, right? Less than 3 hours. I could do it. I'll be able to. Wait, is this where the dance party happens? I remember this stupid fucking dance party. Yay! I don't know why I remember the dance party out of everything in the credits. Just do SR and skip and it's less than 10 minutes? Okay, I see. I don't know how to do that. Because I'm not playing on an N64, I'm playing this on my Switch. A game over chance to beat the game with only 4 hearts. Sure enough, you finished it. Well... I think Zelda is like one of the franchises I'll never 100% for any game, except maybe like the top-down ones. Just because I don't know. I get bored too easily. You just gotta touch the rock just right to fuck up the game memory. I mean, can I do it on the Switch emulator though? Or is that a bad idea to do? Wait, why is King Zor? Oh yeah, cause his daughter is fucking dead. I forgot. I don't know. I mean, I know you- okay, there's an Earthbound glitch. Like a famous Earthbound glitch. I know you can do that in the emulator and it won't fuck anything outside the emulator. So maybe it'll be the same. Hi Kuda, how's it going? But you know, if you do it on an actual like cartridge, yeah, it will fuck with the cartridge, so... It's a very dangerous glitch to do if you have like the actual hardware, which is funny. But also I technically own Earthbound because I have an SNES Classic, so I technically own it. Whoa, I actually own something, that's crazy. I never thought I would see the day. I never thought I would see the day where I could own something. Like Zelda more than any other Nintendo games. I like... Oh my god, what is my favorite Nintendo franchise? Honestly, probably Mario, just because of the spin-offs. You have no idea how much I love Mario Kart. Mario Kart got me through my childhood. And it wasn't even just one Mario Kart, it was like 5 of them. Whoa, time to go to Majora's Mask or something. Yippee! Cause, yeah, what was my childhood Mario Kart? Cause DS was my first one, but I also got Wii around at the same time. And then, my first 3DS game was 7. And then when I got a Wii U, I got 8. So yeah. And then 8 Deluxe was just, you know, also... I mean, 8 was like the longest Mario Kart. So... Hello, Ganon is evil, kill him. That's what I'm telling you. Oh my god, Ganon is evil, I knew he was evil. That's what she's saying. And then, like, yeah, it gets to this. Yippee. I used to be so good at 8, and then World came out. And then I used to be so good at World, but then I stopped playing it. And that's it. Oh, wait, do I have to reset? Is it one of those games? Uh-oh. I didn't do have to reset. I don't know why I pressed that. I will sit on here for a minute. Apparently SRM works on the Wii U version. Well, I mean, my Wii is right here. I don't have... I don't think I can get it anymore because you can't go on the eShop anymore. So I guess Switch would work? I mean, like I said, my Wii U's right next to me. It's next to my Switch 2 and my PlayStation 5. Quick question. Okay, I had to reset. Also, I remember some wild stuff. Hang on, I won't reset. I'll just go. Oh, yeah, I'll just go here. This is what I was gonna do anyway. Let's see. You know, one shot. Yeah, I played it. I gotta change everything. I gotta change my title and everything. I'll just do Mario Kart World Online. I think that fits. There you go. Oh my god, I don't know if I want to do Knockout Tour regular races though. Wait, why is it... Oh wait, did I press 2-player? Oh, I did. I mean, you can see my Knockout Tour shit. Yeah, right there. What piece do I want? I don't want to be a bat. I feel like whenever I swoop, I get targeted because swoop is meta, and like, I just don't... Whenever I play swoop, I don't mean it like that. I just mean it because I'm also a bat. Because swoop is meta, like, everyone fucking... Yeah, whatever. You know what? I'll be Fishbone. I'm feeling quirky. I'm feeling quirky right now. You know, yeah, it's Nico one shot. I feel like Mario Kart is really good now. Like, at launch it was really bad, but now it's really good. I mean, Knockout Tour is still kinda bad, because all you really have to do is bag and then you win, but yeah. But maybe that's why I like Knockout Tour. I don't know. People have, like, found ways to, like... Oh, wait, I'm gone. I don't know why I'm gone. People have found ways to, like, get really far ahead in some tracks, and I want to know how to do it. Because like I said, I love this game. Wee. I didn't really do that, but whatever. Drive really good. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not that, because even if you drive really good, like... You still won't get that far ahead. I feel like what they're doing is they're, like, grinding on the walls, like, whenever they can. And maybe they're snaking. But I feel like snaking is slow in this game. Oh my god, that hit me? That's crazy. I feel like they're also getting a bunch of coins, cause... Yeah. The coin's good. I love coin. I love money. Give me money, please. Yeah, most of this lobby is bots because it's fucking... What is it? It's Tuesday. It's a random Tuesday. I'm playing this shit. I squished 2 people. I'm so cool. Racing line doesn't slow as fast and all that. Yeah. I like how I can look at chat in the beginning because it literally doesn't matter. Like your avatar. Thank you. Like, I can literally just not pay attention the first half, and then like the second half is when it matters. It's so funny. It's like Mario Party. It's exactly like Mario Party, actually. You know, maybe that's why I don't really like Mario Party. But I like Mario Kart because I at least have, like, a lot of control. I think I'm too bad at Mario Party for total control. But I also haven't, I don't know, I also haven't really played Mario Party. Now that I think about it, because I didn't really grow up with Mario Party. Like, I had the games, but I had no one to play them with, so, like, I only played it with the AI. But, you know, with Mario Kart, I can play it online, so I had people to play it with, which is why I got really good. And yeah. I feel like I'm in the worst spot. But like, you know, when there's a shortcut, I'll be gaming. Like right here. I ain't saving this much for when I get hit. Or, you know, that could happen, whatever, bye. Oh my god. I wish you had Mario Party. I wish I had people to play Mario Party with. I think when Jamboree came out, I played it like on release day, and it was one of the worst experiences I've ever had. I mean, you know, it's your opinion. I don't really think Jamboree is that bad of a game. It's just the people I was playing with. I was getting targeted so bad. And that's why I just, like, yeah, it's one of the worst experiences I've ever had playing a video game. And that's why, yeah. I don't really like Mario Party. Gotta have triple reds. They're gonna hit me. I knew it. They tried. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's kind of crazy. So I know why a lot of people, like, you know, stopped playing this game, and it is because, like, at the beginning, like, bagging was so prevalent. I mean, even now in Knockout Tour, it's so prevalent, but in the actual races, it kind of fell off, depending on the course. But yeah, I know why this game fell off. So yeah, whatever, bruh. You just said 6 laps? Yeah, that's the gimmick. That's Knockout Tour. I just realized I'm so far behind. I think I lost. I lost, yeah. I realized I was so far behind. I was like, wait, I had to hurry up. I forgot how short that one was. Oh, well, next race. Actually, don't know how much racing lines help in Mario Kart. They don't... Okay, actually, they do help a lot. Like, you do have to be good at racing games to play Mario Kart, but you also need good RNG. And so, like, yeah. If you just get fucked like that, it could be over. But also, I just wasn't paying attention. To be fair, I hate all the water ones. I've said this before, but I hate all the water ones. Cause you just drive so slow in water, and so if you have a speed item, while, you know, other people don't, you just catch it so easily. And that's why I hate water. In this game. Whoa, I realized how many points I have. I need to play, actual races again. I could do it after this one. I got the same knockout tour, I think. I did. I hate water, please. Water fucking sucks. Is everyone bagging? No, not everyone. But a lot of people are. I want this coin specifically. And I want this one specifically. Oh my god, I felt like that Bowser tried to hit me. Are they sandbagging or are they end closers? They're sandbagging. Like, no one really end closes in this game, it's just to sandbag. I now 77 likes, whoa. Wait, why does my life have so many likes? What the hell? I can't even see that shit. Because, oh my god. I can only see the chat. I don't know if I should use this. I'll probably just use it in the water to be safe. And, you know, fuck over some people. Cause funny. Ouch. Whatever. Fish. Fish. Hi, Sambu. I'm a fish. Bro, this is one of my favorite Wii tracks, by the way. Oh, wait, I just realized I had to bag, and I have to get rid of this fucking item. Oh my god. Everyone's hitting me anyway. Okay, no, this is good, this is good, this is good. Yippee! Okay. Good enough for me. NK Wii W? Yeah. To be fair, I don't know. I love Mario Kart Wii, I think it has like most of my favorite tracks, but I also love 8. Like 8, I just feel like was peak Mario Kart. I feel like 8 was better than Wii. And I don't know if that's controversial, but I don't know. Like, I even grew up with Wii 2 and I'm saying this, so... Ouch. Yeah, I'm gonna get into 1K. I mean, I don't really care. I think it's cool if it happens organically, you know? I feel better. 8 is solid, yeah. I love 8. I don't know why I use this here. You know, probably just to get another item. Oh, and also that happened. Wait, maybe it was my senses. It was like my shock sense. I was like, wait, a shock is gonna happen. I don't want to use this, but I might have to. Okay, no, I'm cool. Yeah, I'm good. Like, I just love doing, like, all the little shortcuts, because I know 8 like the back of my hand. Well, I used to. I don't know if I know anymore, because it's been, I don't know how long since I last played 8. But when I used to play 8, like, all the time, like, bro, I knew that game so well. And that's why I love playing it. Because I was so much better than everyone else. And now I'm playing this game, and I'm not better than everyone else, and I hate it. So it's crazy. It's honestly really crazy. I don't think it's worth doing these shortcuts. Unless I fuck up like that, you know? But whatever. It's fine. Cause yeah, look, see, like, it's not worth it. I'll do this here, though. Oh my god, I almost got fucked. I almost got fucked. Oh, I'm so glad those bullet bills couldn't make it, though. Oh my god, that was so close. Whatever. Why are there so many reds? Why am I a fish? I'm a cool fish, at least. God, I think I need to catch up. Are you serious? Oh my god. Skellyfish. Of course, the one thing they had on their back is something that can hurt me. Uh-oh. Please just use it. Yes. Oh my god, this has been so scary. I hate this one. Like, this is the one I fucking hate. This is why I hate this one. It's because of this. I feel like I should say that mushroom, but whatever. But yeah, I hate this track specifically. That's why I hate this knockout tour. Really? I got triple mushrooms? Bro, the game wants me to win. Okay, now it wants me to lose. I don't know what to do. I'm just a fish, bruh. I can't do anything. Like, I'm literally just a fish. I don't know. Bro. Yeah, this game wants me to lose. No, no, yes, oh my god. Okay, now I don't care. Are you fucking serious? Bro, you're not gonna win this. I don't know why you're doing this. Whatever. I did it too early. I did it! Oh my god, I won! Yippee! I'm so good. I'm so good. Victory. Bro, that Japanese Bowser came in third too. They didn't even win. They were doing auto shortcuts, but I had a mushrooms, it didn't matter. That's actually kind of funny. I got a golden on the last turn, so I just win. Huh. I love being a fish. Whoa, giraffe. I'm gonna run into it and kill it. I fucking died. I wish fish were real. Me too. Honestly, me too. I wish bonefish were real, actually. 999. Know how cool it'd be if bonefish were real? Like, imagine you just have a skeletal fish just swimming around. It'd be so cool. You know, I wanted bonefish, and Enox wasn't even here to see it. Like, bruh. They tell me to go bonefish all the time. Didn't even see me win with it. Honestly, I should change just so I don't win with it anymore. Oh my god. Bro, I convinced like all my friends to like get Tomodachi Life. It's kind of funny. It's honestly kind of funny. Do they have Link? Not anymore. They took him out. They took out all the DLC characters. Bye, bitch. But 8 did have Link. I didn't download it yet. We'll probably cave though. Bro. Am I the autism genius or what? I don't know. It's a good game, to be fair. I can't wait to stream it. Like, honestly, I want to see like what all your little chats do. It'd be so cool. I think I need to hurry the fuck up. The little goons down their chats. Oh yeah, I do need to hurry the fuck up. Oh my god. Bro, saved by Bullet Bill, honestly. I feel lonely in chat. Come over to Purple Lap, that's where everyone is. That's usually how it happens, though. That's why I prioritize Purple Lap more than TikTok. Oh my god! Goomba! Wait, I could run through them. Okay, whatever. The Goomba! I don't know if I had a mushroom, I could run through the Goombas. I thought that's why they were there. I got another bullet bill, so I can just rush. Get away from me! Bro, I brought a bullet bill to 4th. I'm slowing down intentionally right now just so I get maximum value, but yeah. Spike your beloved. Okay, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Wait, oh. I was gonna say the shit's gonna extend so much. But I didn't reach the part where it would have extended from. Whoa, another... Oh wait, no, that's a dry bones. I was gonna say, whoa, another bonefish. Oh my god. I love the Choco Mountain song. I don't like Choco Mountain in this game. Which sucks because Choco Mountain used to be like one of my favorite tracks. Whenever it appeared. Oh my god, someone just fucking was being a hater. I love Choco Mountain. I hate Choco Mountain in this game. Choco Mountain in this game sucks so much. Fuck, that's not what I wanted. I knew what it was doing too, but I didn't want that. Whatever. Please, please, please. Oh my god, I barely made it. Bye. I've not seen it yet. I mean, it's not about seeing it, it's about playing it. Once you play it, you'll know why everyone hates Choco Mountain in this game. Cause yeah, Choco Mountain in this game is just like... It's one of the worst tracks in this game. I'm speaking about it like it's the Boogeyman, but to be fair, it is. So yeah. I don't know if I like the 8 Deluxe version of Taco Mountain. I love the 8 Deluxe version of Taco Mountain. Cause you could just do, like, if you're good at the track, like, you could just do so much. That's why I love it. Oh, I have to hurry the fuck up. I barely made it again. Bro, what is happening? Kappa. I don't know what's with all these close calls. Wait, Sambu, do you have a Switch 2 or no? Because I would tell you to join me, but I know no one with a Switch 2, so no one joins me. Nah, okay. I knew it. Oh wait, I fucking hate this shit. And I have to use all this shit now because I got a fucking golden shell. Bro, I'm in 6. I got a single mushroom. Oh my god. I don't know why. I don't know why this game hates me right now. Oh, the turn's right there? Oh my god. What the fuck? What's with that shit? Whatever. I still barely got it in. No, fuck you. I fucked up. I jumped too early. Oh my god. I don't know how to do that. That was my first time attempting it. GG's, yeah. Wait. No, GG's. Okay, whatever. That track is in the game? Yeah, I love DK Pass. DK Pass is so good. In this game, it's good too, because you can do so much. Hang on, wait, I can show you. There's 2 shortcuts I know of. One of them you can't get the double box with though, which is unfortunate, but yeah. But I will show you the shortcut. Or I'll show you the shortcut I was trying. Actually, no, there's 3 shortcuts I know of. Wait, because that counts as a shortcut. Single player time trial. Sure, I don't care. I'll just do it after I get them, though. I forgot how you do, like, the second one. Because you have to jump at a very specific point. But it's weird where you jump. Cause yeah, you saw what I was trying to do. I was trying to grind on the wall, and then, you know, I had to jump left. But where I jump after that is so weird. Oh, is it literally just that? Okay, yeah, there's a shortcut, whatever. Oh, and then I did that wrong. I didn't have enough speed. But basically you could jump on all the trees and like do stuff, and then you can get across on the snow. It's kind of cool. Tree jumping, yeah. This game looks kind of cool. I love this game. Like, if you know how to play this game, it's so satisfying. But the problem is, people don't want to learn Mario Kart, you know? But there's so much you can do with it. It's kind of funny how a Mario game has parkour before a Sonic racing game. You know? Like, look at that. But yeah, if you know how to play this game, it's so satisfying. Or, you know, you can just, like, get really fucked trying, but yeah. This game is also really chaotic, too, because it's 24 players. I think that's why I like Knockout Tour, because, you know, the player count slowly, like, dies. And so there's not as much people fucking me over. So, yeah. I'm surprised Mario got Railgun before Sonic. Okay, I mean, no offense to Sega, but... I mean, I'm a Yakuza fan, so I can say this. They really love using the same ideas over and over again, and not doing anything new with them. And like I said, I'm a Yakuza fan, so I can say this. That's why I think that's why I love 7. Because 7 was actually different. And then, you know, I mean, actually in Infinite Wealth, the combat was so much better. The story, not so much. But yeah. Okay, I had to use this shit, bruh. But yeah. I think that's why 7 and Infinite Wealth are in weird places to me. Because yeah, 7 was really good, but after playing Infinite Wealth, it's kind of hard to go back to 7. And then, I'm not gonna beat these guys. Wait. Oh my god. And then, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's why it's so hard to go back to 7 after playing Infinite Wealth, because the combat was so much better. But, you know, the story is shit. But yeah, whatever. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think Yakuza just kind of like took the RE6 route where it just got too big for Infinite Wealth. Even though it did end up happening, which is really funny, but yeah. I think like they wanted to try and do a realist, like a grounded approach of RPG protagonist kills God, but it was still like not grounded at all. So I don't know. It just felt kind of weird because of it.
Let's get a good stretch.
Thanks for the stretch. I can't do that right now. I'm dead. Cause I got hit by a boomerang. I love reused assets in the Yakuza franchise. Me too. Okay, to be fair, I played 2 knockout tours and that was my worst performance, so I'm doing pretty good. Actually, no, I played 3, technically. So yeah. Oh yeah, and Songboop, if you love Mario music, you'll love this game's soundtrack. Because most of the songs are just live performances of, like, you know, Mario songs. Like this. Like, I love the Yoshi Island boss theme. It just sucks because you kind of can't hear it in Knockout Tour because, it plays the same music over and over again. But if you're free roaming or, like, doing, you know, actual races, you will hear it. That's the thing that kind of sucks about it. I wish it played during Knockout Tour. I don't know why it doesn't. Actually, no, I know why it doesn't, but still. It's because the music in this game is very dynamic. And so as you're approaching, like, you know, the finish line, it'll play a toned-down version of the song. And it'll play, like, the actual song once you pass the lap. And that's why I feel like this game shines with the free roam. A lot of people don't like the free roam, actually. Which is really funny. Oh, wait, I love this Knockout Tour. I hope I don't fuck it up. But yeah, that's why. It's really funny, because a lot of people do not like the free roam. Because to be fair, it is just Highway Simulator. Like, I will say that. And before, like, the update, a lot of the free roam tracks that you could do were just straight lines. But then they changed most of them in an update. Well, not most of them, they changed a lot of them in an update. And so now it's not so much Highway Simulator. To be fair to people that like want racing, not exploring, yeah. I mean, it's the same problem with, like, a lot of Nintendo's other open worlds where there's just nothing to do. That's why. Where it's kind of like a big world, but there's, like, nothing in it. Like the Metroid Prime 4 problem or something. It kind of sucks, but you know. Nintendo just wanted to do the open world kick after Breath of the Wild, and they could just never recreate it. Cause there's not that much stuff to do, which is unfortunate. There needs to be more things for, like, to do, but they just don't put them there. I feel like that's going to attack me. Oh my god. I got so scared. Why am I in 5th? I feel like I've just been racing. I haven't even used an item. I've just been racing. And I'm in 5th. Bye, bitch. Ouch. Why do you even use that? Like, bro. I feel like this game... Oh, wait. You already said that. I already read that. Every game wants to be Breath of the Wild? Yeah. Honestly, that's fine. Like, yeah, they just helped me. Okay, this shit is long as fuck. I wasn't gonna keep those items anyway, and now I got better items. Maybe. Yeah, like... And bro, not even that far behind. Yeah, that guy killed himself because he knows. Either that or you're just stupid, I don't know. One of the two. He knows. Oh yeah, Airship Fortress is also in this game. They brought 2 DS tracks back, which I'm surprised. But I'm glad they did, because Airship Fortress is also one of my favorite tracks in this game. But Airship Fortress is also one of my favorite tracks in DS, so like, yeah. You know? Okay, I will do what I usually do. Just use this fucking golden at the end of the water section. Like what that Daisy is doing. That track was held back by the DS. No, I think Airship Fortress is funny. I love Airship Fortress. I will burn all my resources just so I don't die. I also didn't mean to grind on the wall, but it was cool. Actually, I don't want to be in front here. I'm gonna slow down and just do this. Cause funny. They're trying to hit me so bad. They're so mad. They're actually so mad. I don't know where to go after this. Like, yeah, I don't know. Because Airship Fortress, like, if you snake on that shit, oh my god, it's so much fun. And that's why I can't really say it was held back by the DS. Because especially that fucking, you know, the giant turn at the end. Like, that shit is perfect for the DS. Like, the DS mechanics, I mean, like, with snaking and shit. I'm third, really? Alright, snaking, yeah. Like, we just snake then, like, it's so fun. My hands refuse. I learned how to snake as a child, because, I don't know. I used to be a tryhard with Mario Kart. Now, not really, but I still am a tryhard with Mario Kart, because, like, out of all my friends, like, I am the best. Like, I will just say that. But yeah. Ouch. You know what? You're only helping me. Oh my god, it's dead! Wait, actually I'm gonna do something funny. I forgot that this was here. Oh wait, isn't this the giant skip you can do? If you have like a golden? Yeah, it is. Thanks for hitting that. Bye. Would I have to be ace? Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm honestly really good. Wait. And my 2 items are good. Dad. Bro, it's Dad. I don't know what you're gonna do about it. It's Dad. Like, you can't. You can't do anything about it. He has to win. I thought one of those things was gonna, like, bank off the thing, and I was gonna, yeah. I'm just getting the fuck out of here, bro. I don't want to get red shelled again. Are you serious? Bro, I just helped that guy. Whoever had that green shell, I literally just helped him. Oh, that sucks. That honestly fucking sucks. I can't win now. I've been last. Like, yeah, I can't win. Okay. Whatever. Whatever. Honestly, if it was lightning that took me out, like, I don't know. I don't feel too bad, because that's just bullshit, but yeah. Wait, Sambu, do you want to get made in Tomodachi Life? I forgot to ask you. Do you have like an OC or character that you want me to make you, or what? I will put you on my island. Like, I want to put all my viewers and friends on my island, but I think I don't know. Sometimes I forget to ask certain people. Because I asked so many, so I'm just like, I asked this person, right, in my mind, and then I never asked them, like you. Like you. But yeah, my viewers, I want to make into a me all my friends I want to make into a me. I want to make it like VTuber Island, and that is my island. You did ask, but I forgot? Oh. I know if I asked. But yeah. If you have an OC, just like send it to me. Or, you know, the character you want to be, and then I'll just name them you. Cause I'm pretty sure you don't want me to make like you, right? Cause it will be on stream, so. It's understandable if you don't want it to be like you. But you know, whatever. I'm so excited when it comes out. Why am I playing this one again? I know how to OC. Do you have a character then? You like Toho, right? I can make it a Toho character. What if I make it fucking Raimu and I give it like your voice? Oh my god, that'd be funny. It'd be like a Gmod. It'd actually be like Gmod. It's scary. No, you stole my coin, you bitch! I meant to press that button and then I didn't. Oh well. It's fine. Ouch. It's fine. This isn't even the end, it's fine. It's fine, give me these fucking coins, thank you. Don't steal my item box, thank you. I only use it because I was scared of that baby Mario. And that baby had aura. The only baby with aura. Oh my god, and I got the double weight. I will slow down just to hit that guy. Wherever the fuck he is. Oh well, someone else is getting hit. No, I need item, please. Thank you. Bro, he went back that much? That's crazy. That's honestly crazy. Why would he do that? Yeah, I should use this, whatever. Wait, why'd I get an ice flower? What the fuck? I had to use my mega now. Okay, but that was kind of sick, no? Oh my god, it's dad again. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, no, I want to slow down here. Yeah, I control this shit now. Bro, I control the lobby. Let's go, bro. I would have preferred it if you know. But whatever. It's fine. I told you, I control the lobby. I controlled the lobby. Bro, lightning is so stupid, because if you're like... If you're good at this game, like, yeah, you literally just control the lobby. It's fucking stupid. It's honestly so fucking stupid. But you know what? Whatever. I'm cool. Only I deserve that power. No one else. No one else deserves the power but me. I knew you were gonna do that. Oh my fucking god. I think I'm kind of getting hit on purpose. Like, I'm letting myself get hit, I mean, just for a better item. Are you serious? I used it. Whatever. Oh wait, I had to use bullet bill here, right? I forgot. It's gonna leave me off at the worst spot. Yeah, see, I told you. I didn't hit that. Are you serious? Oh my god. I'm in 5th? Really? Bro, I take one shortcut and suddenly I'm like top 3. Just because everyone's bagging. It's kind of funny. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, I want to be behind, but not too behind. So I'll just do that. I got a golden shell, are you serious? I might just win now. Oh my god, are you fucking serious? I need to do this. And if I got hit at any point, I was gonna die. There was a banana there, bruh. I literally had to use all my items in rapid succession. Are you serious? A random fucking cheat sheet? Bruh. What is wrong with me? What is my luck, I mean? Okay, I'm in 5th, so I don't know if I'll get good items. I want good item though, but I don't know if I'll get one. Yeah, no, I did not get a fucking good item. This shit doesn't even reach. Wait, but they're helping me. They unknowingly helped me. This Bowser's a bitch, bro. I kinda use both Star and fucking Golden. Oh, I don't know where the fuck I am. Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of locking in. I did not know where the fuck I was. I know where he's gonna put this shit and it's gonna be so annoying. Uh-oh. No, I fucked up. Okay. That's what I get for trying to do a shortcut I've never done before. It was that too. Oh my god. Oh well. Honestly, 4th on this, I don't care. Like, I just fucked up. It's fine. I fucked up, I know. Can you, like, hurry up and finish already? Thank you. They were keeping me here hostage. Yeah, still 21 points. Still a lot of points. I'm getting a fuck ton of points. Oh yeah, Samboop, if you also want to be in Tomodachi Life, send me your birthday and send me, the personality quiz thing results. Not results, answers. So you know what you get. So you can be cool. Oh. That's if you want to be in it, though. The quiz, yeah. The quiz. Did I send the quiz to you? And tell you to, like, just, you know, answer it? Did I do that? I feel like maybe I did. You didn't? Okay, I'll send it to you. Hang on, I have it somewhere. I can send it to you. Here, just answer that. Just answer that. It'll be good, just answer that. Thanks, you're welcome. I love Tomodachi Life. I can't wait to see all your little chuds. I think it'll be so funny too because I kind of like the bees fall in love so fucking easily, and so you're probably just gonna fall in love with someone you would never fall in love with, and it'll be really funny. Honestly, I think it'd be really funny. Like, it's stupid. Why would you do that? Hi Trey, how's it going? How you doing? Where am I? Why am I doing this knockout tour again? Bro, that guy always has like red shells. It sucks. I was gonna say, I swear if you hit me. And then he kinda did stupid shit, so whatever. There's a fish. Now about time to play Mario Kart? Yeah, I finished Zelda, so I have nothing to do. No, it's stealing. Thank you. How do you miss? Bro, how are you missing everything? Okay, there we go. It took him how many tries to hit something? Brother. I mean, it doesn't matter, but brother. I didn't want to be up here, Honestly, that just made me slower, and so that made me good. Yeah, see? I have triple reds. I don't want this, though. Ouch. Oh my god, what the fuck? I don't want to be this high up again. Whatever. Oh, this car's gonna steal my shit. Yep, I knew it. Wait, that penguin, though. What is that penguin doing? Ouch. I told you, though, they're helping me. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm surprised I didn't wait for the lightning. But, you know, whatever. I kind of forget sometimes that some people don't know how to play this game. So, yeah. I got a fire flower, are you serious? I'm getting shit items. I'm too far up. I had to go back. Okay, I was about to say, I don't know where this guy is. He ran me over specifically, by the way. And it doesn't even matter right now. God, I might as well just use this now. Because there's another item set out there, and yeah. Whatever. I can't get rid of it in time. I want to save it for Red Shell. Okay, you know what? This is fine. This is honestly really fine. Now I make people panic. I don't know what happened, but whatever. But yeah, now I make people panic. Now I'm up here. Don't fucking come close to me. Where is everyone? I think I'm too far ahead. I didn't do that on purpose. I did because I saw who it was. Why'd I get a gold shell? I'm at 11 now. Whatever. I got a single mushroom on the item box. Like, I don't know what it wants me to do. Whatever. I will drink water. What is this song? Oh my god, a song from Odyssey? Wait, that's crazy. I knew I should have stayed behind more too. But then everyone else was staying behind, so it was fucking hard. No, whatever. I don't want to play the fucking Chi-Chi one anymore. I hate Chi-Chi. I hate this map. Whatever it's called. I was gonna say Choo-Choo Falls, but I don't know if that's it. But I hate it. This map I hate. Saying this track is butt. Whoa, vehicular manslaughter, let's go! I was about to kill Mario. I think after this game I will change Bonefish to, I don't know. I don't want to be Bonefish anymore. I don't know who I'm gonna be though. God, finally a good knockout tour. Finally, bruh. It finally happened. I didn't think it was possible, but it happened. Like, it's crazy how long it took. No, I could boo right now and just steal someone's item before they... Why am I getting a gold shell in 15? Yeah, see, that's what I need. I'm getting so unlucky now. Yeah, I'm getting so unlucky now. Oh my god. Also, I'm an ace. What the fuck? What the helly? What the helly? Yeah, I had to stop one of you. I'm sorry. And I didn't know who it was gonna be. I didn't want to hurt you. I honestly did not want to hurt you. You just came over to me. I will take this. Give me better items, thank you. I don't know why I was getting abysmal dog shit, but I was. Hopefully now I won't. Oh my god. I was thinking maybe I just do this now. It should run out in time. Yes, okay. I feel bad for that shy guy, but like, whatever. Ouch. Give me that golden, please. You know what, that works too. Thank you. I was really drafting on someone that far away? Wait, that's crazy. Why am I in 6? What is everyone doing? Like, is everyone just driving badly on purpose? Or like, are they actually just driving badly? I don't know. Because I don't want to be this far ahead this early. Yeah, see, I'd rather be here. I feel safe in 13th. Funny enough. But whatever, I'm cool now. I'm safe now. I had to use this. I don't know who I squished, but whatever. Well, lurk. No, please, I don't want to be this far ahead. Thank you, yeah, thank you. Bro, I see you. Oh my god, bro, I know what they're doing. Are you serious? I got 2 golden shells in a row. Are you fucking serious? Like, bruh. Oh wait, I should have cycled my items there. The fucking thing! Oh my god. I think I just lose this now, yeah, because you have a bullet bill. Oh my, I need that double item box. I wish she had more knockout toys or a custom knockout feature. Yeah, I'm surprised there isn't, honestly. I'm honestly surprised that there isn't. God, I've never been, like, annoyed by vehicles in Mario Kart before. But this game, like, oh my god. This fucking game. I hate it. Like, bruh. What the hell? I don't know why they're like this. Wait, I said it wasn't gonna be bonefish. Oh well. I sounded sure a bit more chaotic. I don't. Because this game is already chaos anyway. I don't think it needs more. Like, the players are already enough. Like, as you saw by everyone in my lobby, in last lobby, like, just bagging. Whoa, I love this one. Finally, I got it. Okay, I think I'm far enough back. Whoa, money. Boop, thanks for the boop. Did you do the quiz on boop? Or like everything there? No vehicles will ever drive fast to me. When Mario Kart and the ones on Toad's Turnpike? I don't even think they drive fast. Doing it? Okay. Oh, Dagger Fox. Dagger fuck. Slowly. I'm in fear. What do you mean question mark? Alright, that's a slower way to get up here, right? Whatever. I just need the money. Do, 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 do. You know, this shit is actually so easy, bruh. And I'm just doing this for money because I saw a gold shop, so I was like, you know what? Whatever, I need money. They were devastating N64. Okay, time to drive like I'm insane now. I think I'm doing it. I'm kind of just taking like huge lines. And yet, people were still slower. Why are you playing this fuck-ass fish? Because it's a fucking fish. What do you mean? I can't play the bat because I feel like I get targeted because it's meta. And that's the only reason why I'm not playing the bat. Because I swear, whenever I play the bat, I get hit like 10 times more. Do I go up there? Sure, why not? Might as well just make it safe, I guess. Bruh. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think I'm gonna get better. Oh, they got killed anyway. Okay. Whatever then. I'm up here with Toby Fox, bruh. Yeah, I know that's a good use of the horn. Honestly, best use of a horn. That shit is never coming in first. Okay, this where the items are? No, it's the other way. I mean, I do have to drive like a dumbass anyway, so whatever. I might as well just do it now. Just so I get, yeah, so I get this shit, bro. Never getting car with you. Bro, I do this so I get better item. And then I win. That's why I'm doing this. Look, you're gonna see how helpful this is. Once I get up here. Because actually the shit is hell on Earth. And I think they're getting too far ahead. Oh no, they're still like clumped together. I should be able to do this once I turn here. Yeah, see? See, I told you. Ouch. God, I hate this one though, because if you just get really lucky, like, you're just gone. Like, I hate this one. I have no idea who's fucking doing that, but they need to stop. But why am I getting bad items too? Bruh. Oh, there it is. Oh, someone took it. Oh my god. Are you serious? Please, I'm in 7th, please. Oh my god, yes, thank you. Oh my fucking god. I hate this shit. That's like the only thing I hate on this tour. Cause like the rest of this tour is so cool, but also this part is so hard. Cause you have to like play behind, but like not too behind. Like I'm kinda doing. Are you serious? I got a mushroom? Bro, what's with this shit lately? Like, bro, why am I getting red shells? Bye. Okay, there we go. You did not have to hit me real, by the way. Like, they did not have to hit me. Oh my god. I think they just win. The person with the triple mushrooms, I think they just win. How did you fall off? Wait, what the fuck? Whatever. Die. Yes. I don't care. Oh my god. I got second. Yippee. I'm so good at this game sometimes. That Goomba still got third? Wait, what the fuck? I thought I fucked them. I thought once I threw them off the cliff, like, that was it. Okay. You know what, Trey? You can take solace in the fact that you're not the first person I threw off the cliff. You weren't the first, and you're not gonna be the last. Don't forget to change. Oh, yeah, I have to change up it. What do I want to be? What Scrungle do I want to be? You know what? I'll be Pipa. I think Pipa is shit, but yeah, whatever. I fell off the world. It's like I'm actually in hell now. But yeah, Trey, at least you can take solace in that. If I see throwing off cliff opportunity, I will take it. Like, I don't know. It's just something I do. To be fair, in this game especially, like, it kind of rewards you for doing it, so... Because they just get sent so far back and then, you know, all of a sudden you win. So, yeah. I don't know. It's funny. It's really funny, but yeah. Bro, I love throwing people off cliffs, you know? I love doing that, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm tired of doing this one, please. I know there's not that many, but please. I'm here for the pro gameplay. Yeah, I'll give you pro gameplay. I just got second last time, so yeah, you're gonna get pro gameplay, actually. I'm riding my high. You're gonna get pro gameplay. Believe me, all I have to do is lock in and not talk all the time like I usually do. It's kind of funny how much better I am on games off stream just because I'm not talking. I don't know, it's really funny to me. But you know, that's why I'm streaming. So I can talk and be bad at video games on stream. I don't stream so I can lock in. I don't do that. I do this so I can talk. Why is there so much money here that I'm not even gonna get? Bruh. I knew I should have used it! I mean, I'm an ace still, and they don't have items, so but oh wait, no, I think a lot of them have items. Wait, it's gonna be really close. Okay. I wonder how many people I hit with that. Release me! Oh, thank you. I'm getting good items again. Because last time when I was bagging, like, it wasn't giving me good items, so I don't know what was wrong. But now it seems to be fine, so whatever. Oh my god. I didn't want to rush into that Yoshi. Ouch. Just give me money, please. I like money. Thank you. Money is cool. I love money. To be fair, I didn't see that boomerang until, like, it was right in my face. And I almost got hit by it. Okay, I think this is good enough. Because I have a build too. Oh wait, this is the one with like the mega shortcut, right? I mean, if we fly, I'll know. If we don't fly, I won't know. I know, this is still one with the mega shortcut. Okay. All I had to do is get on this grass and then I win. Yep, there we go. Oh my god, we have, like, actual humans now. This sucks. Whatever. Ouch. I want something better than mushroom, so please. Oh, that is better than mushroom. Humans in an online game, how could they? Yeah, honestly. I don't know, whenever I see maids, like, and they don't play, like, you know, like this, I just feel like they're bots. But I also assume that everyone's good at the game. So maybe that's my fault. Ouch. Bro, everyone has a fucking mega. I actually don't like using my mushroom for the shortcut. I feel like this is a bait shortcut. I like just saving it for here. Oh my god, wait, that Yoshi scared me. Ouch. Alright, this is where it falls apart. I hate this part of the track. I really hate this part of the track. Oh yeah, I'm like one of the last ones. I had to go. I didn't realize. I think it's because if you get too far, like, you're just not, you know, you're not catching up. Yeah, because, like, look at these shit items it gives you already, and I'm in fucking 8th. Good enough. It's not good enough. I hate this track. Oh my god, if I could delete Chi-Chi Falls from the game, I would. Honestly, my least favorite track in the game. So about the pro gameplay, I mean, I was doing good. If it's anything but... If it has water, I'll just lose. Because I hate water. I've learned this. I hate all the water tracks. Wee. Wee. I don't know why, but I just like trying to wall grind when I'm in free roam. And most of the time it never works. But you know, when it does work, I love it. What time is it? Whoa. I need 9K. Okay, it's this one. I can do this one except the end. Again. Honestly, I don't know why. I feel like towards the end I should front run on this one. Actually, wait, no, I shouldn't. Wait, yeah, it's this one. Okay. Never mind. I'm remembering what track this is. And I'm realizing how stupid of a statement that was. I got a golden show in 16th. What is this game's problem? I actually don't know what this game's problem is. Oh my god, penguin! Bro, that wasn't even my fault. Okay, whatever. Fuck off. Die. I don't care. I just want money. That's all I want right now is money. Ouch. I love money. Why do I have a stupid fucking mushroom? What place was I even in when I got this? I know they changed the item system, but oh my god, it feels so bad now. It's less back heavy, yeah. I mean, I don't know, it feels weird, because, like, if you're just, like, below 16th, it'll give me good items. Like, look, see? Like, if I just, like, barely on that edge, it'll give me good items. Oh my god, wait, clutch! Kind of. Should I just go in front? I feel like I should. Just kind of secure my spot. Yay! Now to drive like a dumbass. And since everyone's so close together anyway, like, I don't know. It just makes it so you have to be more precise with bagging, but it's not really less bag heavy. EMB. I love doing that shit. I hate this part of the map too. I hate everything involving cheat balls. Like, I don't know. I just gotta realize. Especially this shit, because if you just like bag, you win. Yeah, like, I didn't even mean to do that, but whatever. Should I use this? I feel like I should. But I wasn't really planning on front running. No, I'll use in the water. Never mind. Welcome to my luck. Okay, they're staying behind on purpose, all of them. I know they are. I got shit items again, by the way. A single mushroom. Okay, yeah, this is useless. Go away, please. Thank you. Finally, bro. Finally. I won't do it there. Ouch. I want to save it for... Is it here? Oh, wait, it's this one. I was confusing it with the other Princess Peach's Castle one. Oh, wait, no, it might still be this one. I think it's just later than I thought it was. Oh no, it is this one. Bro, that just stopped me. That just stopped me so much, please. Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god. This shit's useless. Yeah, I lost. Oh my god. I got shit items anyway, like, oh. You know, if I get there, I'm happy. What is your issue? And the item aren't you either loves you or hates you and there's no in between? Yeah. Honestly, I got third, I'm happy. See, that's pro gameplay right there. Okay, I'm done. I'm tired.
Here you go. Have a head pat.
Thanks for the head pat. But yeah, let me drink my water and then I'll go to ending soon screen. Whoa, Animal Crossing update. Whoa. Okay, yeah, why am I gone? Again? Hello, I'm not gone anymore. I am ending early. But that is just because I played this game for 2 hours. I thought I was gonna play Zelda for 2 hours, but I didn't. So yeah, now I'm just gonna end. But yeah, let's see, tomorrow, more Pokemon. I don't know what I'm gonna do in Pokemon tomorrow, but you know what? More Pokemon. And then Thursday, no stream. And then Friday, Tomodachi Life. I'm so excited. I love that shit. I love my Miis. Oh wait, let me, the ad started. I didn't want the ad to start, but it started. I couldn't end it in time. No, I couldn't say no in time. You know, I'll just stay. You know what? I have to go to the bathroom. Whatever. I'll go to the bathroom and then I'll talk to you guys. That's what I'll do. BRB. I guess, because I'm going to the impromptu bathroom break, you know? Okay. Hello.
I am back.
But yeah, if you didn't hear me, tomorrow I do Pokemon, and then Thursday no stream, and then Friday Tomodachi Life. I love that game. But yeah, let me try to find someone to raid. Thank you all for joining, by the way. Sorry for the impromptu Mario Kart stream. I had a lot of fun though. I should definitely play this game more. I don't know why I don't, but I really should play it more. Fuck, is there anyone I can raid? Oh wait, you know, I raided this person, or they raided me while I was playing Fire Red Leaf Green. I'll raid them while they're playing Fire Red Leaf Green. Whoa. It like went full circle, you know? Okay, there you go. There's the raid message. And yeah, thank you all for joining, and goodbye. How do I end? Goodbye.